kitty. Oh, it's been one of those days. One of those long days. I forget where I even started this road video adventure. I think I was in North Carolina. I think all the music videos started in North Carolina. And I drove, and I drove, and I drove for about 1,400 miles, and I made it all the way up here. All the way up here to Minnesota with no snow on the ground. There's no snow on the ground. Nothing but flowers, greenery, and mosquitoes. Lots and lots and lots of mosquitoes. And like I said, pretty little wildflowers. You don't want to go outside. There's mosquitoes out there. There's mosquitoes out there. They'll carry you away. Oh, so on today's adventure, I can't tell you what's going to happen. I have no idea. I think today's adventure might lead on I think it might lead to tomorrow's adventure and possibly even the day after's adventure, because I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to have time to do, but I figured I got to start a video. I got to start a video and we'll just see what happens. We're just going to go with the flow. Today's video, going with the flowing. I'm learning from my, what, okay, that's obscene, cat. You're on camera. Hey, you're on camera. Well, charging my VR headset so I can play some games now that Starlink is hooked up and very easy to do the whole setup process out here on the road. I can see why people may not want that system, because if you're traveling, having to take it down, put it up, take it down, put it up, it takes me a good 3 or 4 minutes having to run the cable back outside and set everything up. So I know it's kind of a hassle, but from where I'm sitting at right now, it's an absolute necessity, just like what I'm holding in my hand here. Okay, check this out. I am in the middle of nowhere, Minnesota, and there was a noodle company, Noodles, and I ordered me some Uber Eats, and I couldn't have done that without Starlink, actually, because I have no service here where I'm at. I actually use Starlink to access Verizon Wireless, and yeah, well, Noodles did not give me any silverware or plasticware, but I'm pretty happy. I'm gonna go ahead and chow down on some, I don't know what this is, tortellini? It's tortellini. You gotta show the internet food. Gotta show the internet food. Got some tortellini, and it looks like, if I can take the lid off, some pot stickers. Got some pot stickers there, so that should be pretty scrumptious, I'm hoping. I'm gonna chow down on this, and then I think I'm gonna jump into some VR. That's the great thing. I can hook multiple things up, stream wirelessly through my headset to my computer without having to connect a wire, all because I have Starlink. That thing changed my life. There is one negative that I foresee in the possible future that may warrant me warning you guys possibly not to get it. I'll talk about that after I eat. All right, if anybody wants some good noodles, some good tortellini, check out Noodle Company. Man, that was good. Anyway, I was gonna shoot video heading through Minnesota back down to Florida, and then I got notified about this. Starlink will effectively be shut down if Dish Network wins, warns SpaceX to users. That's not good. So I did a little bit of research, kind of found out what was going on. It's pretty easy. Using Starlink, you could do a lot of research. The internet just is open to you. So this is my understanding. The 5G signal is basically the 12 megabit, or I don't know if it's called megabits, but the 12, maybe it says right here, it's the wave, the 12 whatever, the 12 gigahertz spectrum. It says it right there, 12 gigahertz spectrum. That's what 5G uses. But it uses only a portion of that. Now, for those of you that don't live in the United States, but you guys probably do have Dish Network. It's probably global because it's satellites also, but it's a higher orbiting satellite. Dish Network is going to start kind of weaning their way off of satellites and become terrestrial. They want to become the next big thing, the next Verizon, the next AT&T, the next T-Mobile. They want to be a cell phone service provider providing 5G service down here on Earth. They share the wave that they want to control is pretty much the same wavelength, the 12 megahertz spectrum that Starlink uses for the satellites. And from what I understand in different news reports, Dish Network has just been using their lobby money and lobbyists just to pay off FCC people right and left. And that's how things are done here in the United States. If you want something done, you lobby whoever you need, in this case being the FCC. That's not good. Starlink is up and coming, satellite to ground, data transfers and everything for us in the middle of nowhere sometimes, where cell phones don't even exist. You could be in the middle of Wyoming, Nebraska, North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, even Illinois and places like that, and not have cell phone service. Florida, Georgia state line, good example. So, because Dish Network has been lobbying so hard to control that spectrum and kind of tussle with SpaceX and take over, they want to stay king. They want to stay king of the satellite and they want to become king of, not the cats. They don't want to become king of the cats. But both companies want control of that spectrum. So, those of us that are in Starlink service right now, which is, I think there's like a little over 100,000 people using it, which are a lot more in Dish Network because Dish Network's been around a lot longer. But their satellite service sucks for internet because the satellites are so far up there, where Starlink is in low orbit. What's it called? Low orbit satellite, or what? LEO. It's in LEO, and there's very low latency. We get fast data transfers and everything like that. So Starlink is the way of the future. But if these lobby groups that Dish Network have pay enough politicians off, they could actually feasibly kill Starlink, at least from my observation, from what I've read in numerous reports. That's not good. You fork out a large chunk of money just to get the equipment. And actually, we're getting the equipment pretty cheap. We're paying like $599 for the equipment. But the equipment cost right now at the moment right around $3,000 to produce each dish. And the dish and the router cost around $3,000. So Starlink at the moment's taking a big loss getting us this equipment at $599, which I appreciate. Thank you for not making me pay $3,000 for this equipment. But that being said, $599 is nothing to sneeze at. It's expensive. You fork out that cash, and then you get a company like Dish Network that wants to put you out of business so they can control everything, and a government that is that it is legal to bribe. It's not good. It's not good. So I don't know. If you're thinking about getting Starlink, keep an eye on the news right now and keep an eye on what's going on at the FCC and what these other companies are trying to do, because they have a coalition. There's a coalition, a group. You got the telecom people, you get the Verizons, the AT&Ts, and now Dish Network, all combined in a coordinated effort to put one smaller business out. And I mean, and our government's done it with the cars. I mean, everybody, all the other car manufacturers get $7,000 cash rebates on their cars, on their electric cars. Yet, if you buy a brand new Tesla, you don't get that same rebate. So there's something going on, and I just hope the little guy, which is the richest guy, it's so weird that the richest man in the world and the companies that he owns are the richest companies, but and the biggest companies, but yet they're the little guy. It's so weird. We live in strange times. Anyway, I'm supporting Starlink. I have it. I love it. I just don't know what it's going to become of it. Hopefully, SpaceX has fallback. Hopefully, they're just not going to rely on this 12 gigahertz system. Maybe they're going to use lasers. I don't know what they're going to do, because you could transfer data through lasers and other means. Hopefully, there's a plan B, a plan C, and if needed, a plan D. I think that's the correct alphabetical order. But we'll see. If not, all these satellites have been shot into space to create this web up there so we can have high-speed internet anywhere in the world. Was just a waste. It was a waste, and that would suck. It would suck for a lot of people. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off, grab this video. I'm going to edit it and upload it using Starlink. Not Dish Network. Not Dish Network. But, yeah. Strange days indeed. Anyway, I'm going to upload this and get into some Oculus Meta gaming. And I will see you on the next one from down the road. Until then, I love you guys. Peace out, everybody.